Progress Data Cloud, or PDC, offers a secure, cloud-based hosting environment. PDC provides infrastructure and orchestration for Progress Data Platform products. PDC allows organizations to run data services in a scalable, managed environment with integrated features such as semantic modeling, data integration, and SharePoint online connectivity. In PDC, organizations or companies are referred to as tenants. Each tenant has a tenant administrator and may also have a co-administrator that manages the tenant. Tenant administrators manage users, roles, service accounts, and domains for a tenant. In this video, we'll discuss how users with the tenant administrator or tenant co-administrator role can administer a tenancy. As part of it, we will go over two key tasks: how to set tenant domains and how to change the tenant logo, followed by a few best practices. Let's begin with how to set tenant domains. In the PDC user interface, click the Accounts icon and then select the name of your tenancy. Here, you can see all the domains currently associated with your tenancy. A domain is the identity or authentication boundary to which a user account belongs. It is determined by the tenant's authentication provider configuration and typically appears after the @ symbol in the username. For example, in abc@progress.com, progress.com is the domain. After a domain is added to the tenancy, users from that domain can self-register. To add a new domain, type the domain name in this field and press Enter. The domain will be added, and the cursor will move to the next empty field. If you want to add another domain, type its name here and press Enter. Repeat this process until all required domains are added, then click Save. To delete a domain, click the close icon next to the domain you want to delete, and then click Save. Next, let's look at how to change the tenant logo. The tenant logo appears on the tenancy login screen, and you may need to change it to customize the user experience. In the PDC user interface, click the Accounts icon and then select the name of your tenancy. Here, you can see the current logo of your tenancy. To change the logo, in the Logo Image section, click Choose File and then select the image you want to use as your new logo from your local machine. Please note that the only supported image formats are PNG, JPG, JPEG, and WebP. The new logo will appear here. If you're happy with the new logo, click Save. The updated logo will appear on the login screen for your tenancy. If you want to delete it, hover over the logo and click the Delete icon. Lastly, let's go over some best practices you can adopt to administer your tenancy efficiently. Let's begin with the first best practice: review users and role assignments regularly. Conducting regular reviews of users and their assigned roles ensures that access to the product is restricted to authorized users and that each user holds only the permissions required to perform their responsibilities. This aligns with the principle of least privilege, which means that users receive no more and no less access than what their job requires. To review users easily, click the Download User List button. A CSV file with the user details is downloaded. In the CSV file, identify users who are no longer valid and users who have more permissions than required. Then, return to the user's screen, delete the users who are no longer valid, and update the permissions for users who have more permissions than required. To learn how to delete users and update user permissions, watch the Administer PDC users video. The link is provided in the description. Next, review every registration notification email. When someone registers for your tenancy, you will receive an email notification. Review this notification to ensure the user is valid. Then, if necessary, remove the user or adjust their permissions on the user's page in your tenancy. Next, set default roles appropriately. Default roles determine the permissions that are automatically assigned to users once they successfully complete self-registration. These roles should be configured at the minimum level necessary, ensuring that new users can access the tenancy without receiving privileges beyond what their responsibilities require. Administrators should reflect on the question: what level of access are you comfortable granting by default to users whose roles and responsibilities you are not fully aware of? To learn how to set default user roles, watch the Administer PDC users video. The link is provided in the description. Lastly, contact Progress if you have any concerns or questions. You can access all essential support and documentation resources from the Help menu. For example, you can select Progress Support link to raise a support ticket with Progress and select Progress Data Platform ideas to request a product enhancement. Please note that a Progress ID is required to submit both support tickets and enhancement requests. If you don't already have one, you can create it by clicking Create One on the Progress ID login page. That's the end of our video. For additional information and resources for PDC, check the description below.